I bet you have wondered about sitting on the toilet for too long. We have all heard the advice, do not linger on the loo. But why? Is it really that big of a deal? For many, the toilet becomes a quiet sanctuary, a place to scroll, read, or just exist. It feels harmless, especially if you are not actively straining. You might think, how is this different from sitting on any other chair? Well, it turns out, the difference is subtle but significant, and understanding it can actually prevent some uncomfortable health issues down the road. Here is what everyone gets wrong about this topic. A toilet is not just another chair. Its unique design, while convenient, places our body in a specific, often less than ideal posture for prolonged periods. When we sit on a regular chair, our hips and knees are typically at a 90-degree angle. But on a toilet, our knees are often lower than our hips and our pelvic floor is not fully supported. This subtle difference is where potential problems brew, impacting a critical yet often overlooked part of our anatomy. It starts with understanding a crucial part of our body, the pelvic floor. Imagine a complex hammock or sling of muscles and connective tissue stretching from your pubic bone at the front to your tailbone at the back. This is not a single muscle, but a whole group, forming the floor of your torso. They are like the unsung heroes of your core, quietly working to support your bladder, bowel, and reproductive organs. Keeping this muscular network strong and healthy is absolutely essential for overall well-being. These pelvic floor muscles have a lot on their plate. They are responsible for maintaining continence, preventing accidental leaks. They also play a huge role in sexual function and contribute to core stability. Think of them as dynamic gates. They relax to allow waste to pass, and they contract to hold it in. For everything from lifting heavy objects to laughing heartily, a healthy pelvic floor is engaged. This delicate balance of relaxation and contraction is key to its proper function, and it is surprisingly easy to disrupt. Now, let us bring in our old friend, gravity. Gravity is always pulling everything downwards, including your internal organs. When you are standing or lying down, your pelvic floor is designed to naturally counteract this pull. But when you sit for extended periods, especially with your hips flexed and your weight directly over the toilet bowl's opening, you are essentially increasing the downward pressure on these very muscles. It is like putting a constant subtle strain on that muscular hammock, weakening its ability to bounce back and hold things up over time. The key is to understand how our modern toilets, while convenient, are not perfectly aligned with our natural bodily mechanics. Historically, humans would squat to defecate. This natural squatting posture actually straightens the anorectal angle, the bend where your rectum meets your anal canal, allowing for easier and more complete elimination. The seated position, however, creates a sharper angle, requiring more effort, or at least a different kind of pressure. This design, combined with gravity, sets the stage for potential issues if we sit for too long. First, consider the direct impact of gravity. When you are sitting on the toilet for more than a few minutes, the constant downward pressure on your pelvic floor muscles begins to take its toll. Your organs, pulled by gravity, press down on these muscles. Over time, this sustained pressure can stretch and weaken the muscles and ligaments that form your pelvic floor. Think of a spring that is kept compressed for too long. It eventually loses its springiness. Your pelvic floor acts similarly, losing its natural tone and support. Then something interesting happens. Even if you are not actively straining to have a bowel movement, prolonged sitting on the toilet can inadvertently increase intra-abdominal pressure. This can occur from slouching, or even from just holding your breath slightly while focused on your phone. This increased pressure pushes down on your organs and, consequently, on your already strained pelvic floor. It is a double whammy, gravity pulling from above and internal pressure pushing from within, both taxing those crucial support structures. Where this takes us is to the mechanics of actual straining. When we sit on a modern toilet, that bent anorectal angle often means we have to push harder to evacuate our bowels. This act of straining significantly increases intra-abdominal pressure, putting immense stress on the pelvic floor and the delicate blood vessels in the rectal area. While a quick strain is usually okay, repeated or prolonged straining, exacerbated by the non-ideal sitting posture, is a major contributor to several uncomfortable conditions. The big reveal is that one of the most common and uncomfortable consequences of prolonged toilet sitting and straining is hemorrhoids. These are swollen, inflamed veins in your anus and lower rectum. The constant pressure and pushing cause these blood vessels to engorge and distend, leading to pain, itching, bleeding, and overall discomfort. They can be internal or external, and once you have them, they can be a recurring nuisance. Avoiding prolonged toilet time is a simple yet effective step in preventing their formation or worsening. Taking it further, a more serious concern, especially for women, is pelvic organ prolapse. This happens when weakened pelvic floor muscles and ligaments can no longer adequately support the pelvic organs like the bladder, uterus, or rectum. These organs can then descend and bulge into the vagina or rectum. While often associated with childbirth, chronic straining and sustained downward pressure from prolonged toilet sitting can contribute to its development or worsen existing conditions. It is a stark reminder of the long-term impact of seemingly small habits. What we discover is that a weakened pelvic floor can also lead to issues with continence. Those muscles are vital for keeping urine and stool inside until you are ready to release them. If they are stretched and lose their tone, you might experience stress incontinence, where leaks occur during coughing, sneezing, laughing, or exercise. Fecal incontinence, though less common, can also result from severe pelvic floor weakness. It is a loss of control that significantly impacts quality of life, highlighting the hidden importance of these muscles. What is fascinating is how these problems can sometimes compound. Prolonged sitting can even potentially affect the nerves in the pelvic region. Furthermore, if you are consistently sitting on the toilet for too long without success, it can actually confuse your body's natural signals, potentially worsening chronic constipation. Your body learns that the toilet is a place to sit and relax, rather than to efficiently eliminate. This disrupts the natural urge and rhythm, making future bowel movements more challenging, a truly unhelpful loop. Now imagine, beyond the physical strain, there is a psychological component too. For many, the bathroom becomes a mini retreat, a place to escape demands, catch up on social media, or just decompress. This habit, while offering a moment of peace, normalizes prolonged sitting on the toilet. We inadvertently train our bodies to associate the toilet with extended periods of inactivity rather than its primary function. This mental habit can be just as difficult to break as the physical one, further entrenching the problematic behavior. So, what is the recommended approach? The process begins with listening to your body. You should only go to the toilet when you feel a strong urge. The ideal visit should be quick and efficient. Think minutes, not double-digit minutes. You sit down, allow your body to do its natural thing without forcing it, and then you stand up and go about your day. It is about being responsive to your body's signals and respecting the natural rhythm of elimination, rather than rushing or lingering. Building on that, one of the simplest and most effective solutions to improve your posture on a modern toilet is using a toilet stool, often playfully called a squatty potty. By elevating your feet, it naturally raises your knees above your hips, mimicking the more natural squatting position. This posture straightens that anorectal angle we talked about, making elimination much easier and reducing the need to strain. It is a small change that can make a huge difference in reducing pressure on your pelvic floor and promoting healthier bowel movements. Taking the next step, a crucial habit to develop, is to avoid forcing or straining. If a bowel movement is not happening easily within a couple of minutes, it is often better to get up, move around a bit, and try again later when you feel a stronger urge. Forcing it puts unnecessary stress on your pelvic floor and rectal veins, increasing the risk of hemorrhoids and other complications. Your body knows what to do. Sometimes it just needs a little more time or a different signal to get going. Patience is a virtue, especially in the bathroom. The full picture also includes lifestyle factors. Proper hydration and a diet rich in fiber are foundational for healthy bowel movements. Fiber adds bulk to your stool, making it softer and easier to pass, which naturally reduces the need for straining. And water keeps everything moving smoothly through your digestive tract. Think of them as preventative measures that support your pelvic floor by ensuring your bowel movements are less of a chore and more of a smooth, effortless process. These simple habits contribute significantly to overall digestive and pelvic health. Where we land is on the topic of strengthening your pelvic floor. For some, incorporating pelvic floor exercises, commonly known as Kegels, can be beneficial. These exercises involve consciously contracting and relaxing these muscles. However, it is important to do them correctly. If done improperly, they can sometimes cause more harm than good. If you are unsure, or if you suspect you have pelvic floor dysfunction, consulting with a physical therapist specializing in pelvic health can provide personalized guidance and ensure you are doing the right exercises for your specific needs. Let us examine the importance of body awareness. Your body is incredibly smart and gives you signals. If you consistently find yourself needing to push or spending more than a few minutes on the toilet without success, it is a cue to reevaluate your habits, diet, or even talk to a doctor. Ignoring these signals can lead to chronic issues. Developing a mindful approach to your bathroom routine means respecting your body's natural rhythms and seeking solutions rather than simply enduring discomfort or problematic habits. To understand this better, think about the cumulative effect. A few extra minutes here and there might seem insignificant. But if you spend an additional 115 minutes on the toilet every single day, over weeks, months, and years, that adds up to a substantial amount of time where your pelvic floor is under unnecessary stress. It is like constantly putting a small but persistent weight on a delicate structure. The body is resilient, but constant low-level strain can lead to significant long-term degradation. Every minute truly counts. Progressing from there, it is essential to truly dispel the myth that just sitting without straining is harmless. Even passive sitting on the toilet is different from sitting on a regular chair because of the unsupported pelvic opening. While it is certainly less damaging than active prolonged straining, it still subjects your pelvic floor to sustained downward pressure and keeps the muscles in a stretched rather than relaxed or supported state. So, whether you are scrolling or simply staring into space, those extra minutes still contribute to overall strain. The conclusion? Consider implementing a timed approach to your toilet visits. Set a mental timer for 35 minutes, maybe even less if you are quick. If nothing happens within that window, then it is time to get up and try again later. This helps break the habit of lingering and teaches your body that the toilet is for elimination, not relaxation. It can feel a bit restrictive at first, but it is a powerful way to retrain your brain and body for healthier, more efficient bathroom habits, ultimately protecting your pelvic floor. What becomes clear is that if you are already experiencing symptoms like persistent constipation, hemorrhoids, pelvic pain, or any form of incontinence, it is not something to just live with. These are signs that your pelvic floor might already be compromised, or that there is an underlying issue that needs attention. Do not hesitate to consult a healthcare professional, a general practitioner, a gastroenterologist, or a pelvic floor physical therapist. Early intervention can prevent conditions from worsening and significantly improve your quality of life. Consider how this seemingly small habit fits into a larger, holistic view of your health. Our bodies are interconnected systems. The health of your pelvic floor is not isolated. It impacts your core strength, your posture, your digestive regularity, and even your confidence. Recognizing the ripple effect of something as mundane as toilet time helps us appreciate the intricate design of our bodies and encourages us to adopt habits that support long-term well-being, rather than unknowingly causing strain in the pursuit of convenience or a moment of quiet. Evolving from that, it is easy to fall into the illusion that lingering on the toilet is a comfort zone. We have grown accustomed to it. But true comfort comes from a healthy, functioning body. The temporary mental comfort of scrolling or reading might be masking a slow, subtle weakening of a vital support system. Rethinking this habit is not about giving up your me time, but about finding healthier ways to achieve it that do not compromise your physical well-being. It is an investment in your future self, ensuring your body can continue to support you effectively. The outcome? This knowledge empowers you to make small, impactful daily choices. It is not about fear-mongering, but about informed decision-making. Simply being aware of the pelvic floor's role and the subtle effects of gravity and posture can lead to a healthier routine. Whether it is opting for a toilet stool, limiting phone use on the toilet, or being more mindful of your body's signals, each small adjustment contributes to a stronger pelvic floor and a more comfortable, problem-free future. It is about taking control of your health, one bathroom visit at a time. The ultimate insight is that our bodies are incredibly resilient but not indestructible. Every part, even those we rarely think about, deserves our respect and care. Your pelvic floor is working tirelessly behind the scenes, often without any conscious thought from you. By understanding its vulnerabilities and adopting healthier bathroom habits, you are actively contributing to its longevity and your overall quality of life. It is a small adjustment with potentially profound benefits for comfort, confidence, and long-term health. The takeaway? Prolonged sitting on the toilet, even without active straining, can weaken your pelvic floor muscles due to sustained downward pressure and an unnatural posture. This seemingly innocent habit can increase your risk for hemorrhoids, pelvic organ prolapse, and various forms of incontinence. The solution is simple. Listen to your body, keep toilet visits brief, consider a toilet stool, and prioritize a fibric diet with good hydration. Your pelvic floor will thank you. What this means for you is that a simple shift in awareness and habit can make a significant difference in your long-term health and comfort. You do not need to fear the toilet, but approach it with mindfulness. Do not turn it into a reading nook or a social media scrolling station. Use it for its intended purpose, efficiently, and then move on. It is a small investment in your well-being that can save you from a lot of discomfort and worry down the line. So, next time you feel the urge, remember this: be quick, be kind to your body, and keep that pelvic floor strong.